Hey, what's going on, everybody? Back here again, getting this devotion on, lifting up the Lord. Today we looking at Psalms 118, verse 5. The psalmist says in this verse, he says that I called upon the Lord in distress. The Lord answered me and set me in a large place. And so right away, it says that I called upon the Lord. And right there where he says I called upon the Lord, that's just not a, hey, Lord, you there? That's that he cried unto the Lord. I was weeping. I was crying out unto the Lord. And if you're a parent like I'm a parent, you know that when you hear first of all, you know your child's cry. You know what it sounds like when they're crying. And when you hear that cry, is that? And you're going to respond to the cry of your child. And you know that that's exactly what the Lord does. The Bible shows us over and over again that the Lord responds to the cry of his people. And this psalm that says that I cried out to the Lord when I was in trouble. I cried out to the Lord in my distress. I cried out when I was in pain. I cried out when I was in a mess. I was in a jam and I was in a hole. And I cried out to the Lord and he answered me. And so the etymology of that word, distress, is straight. It comes from a word called straight, which is a narrow passage. It's where two bodies of land are come together, but there's a narrow passage that you can get through those two bodies of land. It's a narrow passage. And so it's something tight. It's a tight situation. So the psalmist says that when I was in a tight situation, I called upon the Lord. And if you like me, you've been in some tight situations where you just feel like I just need a little bit of wiggle room. I just need a little bit of air. I just need a little bit of time to breathe and not have to worry about this and that. And this one did this and said that. I just need a little wiggle room. And so the psalmist says that it's in those times that you should call upon the Lord and he will deliver you. He will answer you. And this psalmist says that he set me in a large place. And so I went to God will transition you from a tight place. He'll transition you from a tight situation where you have no wiggle room. He'll transition you out of that tight situation and put you in a roomy place. He'll put you in a broad place, a place where you have liberty and or freedom from the things that's been stressing you. I just want to encourage you today, you out there who may be in a tough situation, in a tight situation where you just really ain't got no room to maneuver, no room to wiggle. It just seems like you being attacked on every side. If you would just cry unto the Lord, he can deliver you and transition you out of that tight place and put you in a roomy place. The psalmist follows this verse up with another verse that says that if the Lord is on my side, whom shall I fear? And so I just want to say to you today that if the Lord is on your side, if you know the Lord and the pardon of your sins, the Lord is surely on your side. What you fearing? Who you fearing? All you got to do is send out the call. All you got to do is cry into your Lord. He'll answer you and he'll transition you out of that tight situation and put you in a large place, a roomy place, a place of peace. And so I just want to encourage you with that today. Amen. Bless the Lord.